energy. Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Monday. It's good to be in Hyderabad and to see an auditorium. Well, full, semi-full. Especially after spending 2 years in a void. I'm Arvind Subramaniam. I lead all things growth at Tohands, and your host for the day. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome all of you to the very special occasion of our lives, the product launch. Amidst us, we have our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Jayesh Ranjan sir. The man requires no introduction. Started his career by being an all-India topper, a member of Indian Administrative Service, role model, inspiration to a whole huge pool of youngsters. He has a range of degrees. I was just having a chat with him. Starts from psychology all the way to public policy and Harvard. The list goes on. It goes on to tell us that we should be a lifelong learner. Sir, trust me when I say this, it's truly an honor for your presence. Followed by, we have Dr. Shanta Total, the Chief Innovation Officer, Government of Telangana. With close to 2 decades of experience in the field of IT and entrepreneurship, ma'am has been a torchbearer of Innovation Cluster and a voice of women in science, spearheading the corporate initiative establishing successful startups in the hub. We, on behalf of the community, would like to thank you, ma'am, for your contribution. Last but not the least, Mr. Srinivas Rao, the man who needs no introduction, especially on the floor of the world's largest innovation campus. Mr. Rao is a serial entrepreneur who has started companies, who is now on a path-making track, building a world-class innovation ecosystem. Sir, we're grateful for this chance and for believing in us. Next up, let's kickstart the event by felicitating our chief guest. I would like to humbly request Ms. Shashi Mishra join us on the stage and felicitate our chief guest. Ma'am, please on the stage. Just a little context over here. Ma'am, it's because of her. She was the first person because of which Tohands came. The name is actually born from her little Tohands. Ma'am, on the stage, Jesha, we humbly request you to join the stage. That is a round of applause. Round of applause, guys. Keep it going. Show us the energy. Next up on stage, we'd like to request Mr. Srinivas Rao sir. Please join us on the stage. Guys, come on, show your energy. It's afternoon. Sir, thank you so much for believing in us, for youngsters, for budding entrepreneurs, putting us faith in us, sir. Thank you so much for that. Up next, we have Dr. Shanta ma'am, who is the voice of innovation. Ma'am, thank you so much for joining us, taking the time out to coming here. Guys, keep the applause going. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Sashi. Thanks for taking the time out. All right, cool. So, jumping straight into it, right? Like, what is the sequence of events for the day? I know, there's been a small delay. Apologies from our end. So, the sequence of events is very simple. We start off by telling our story, right? Why are we here? Like, you all took the time out on a Monday afternoon, you're here, right? So, why are we here? We share our story, how we identify the problem, how we formed Cascade, built the product, followed by our keynote session by Mr. Jayesh Ranjan, and the moment of the day, we reveal our product to you. Can't wait for that. Last but not the least, we will have a wonderful closing note speech by Mr. Srinivas Rao. We would request Mr. Jayesh Ranjan sir to come on the stage and kickstart the event by giving a keynote speech on why innovation is required in a small and the medium scale business. Jayesh sir, please. Yes.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let me begin by congratulating Praveen, Mrs. Mishra, all the colleagues of theirs who have been working for so many months, a few years to bring this amazing product today. We know that the pace of digitalization is enormous, but we don't associate MSME owners, small traders as being very conversant with the digital world. In fact, intuitively we think that these will be the last people who will actually get into the digital bandwagon. But we have also had very different kind of experiences with these stakeholder groups, and I would like to share something which happened in Telangana 2 years ago. You will recall that the first lockdown was introduced in our country in March 2020, and it was a very harsh lockdown. In fact, all of a sudden the lockdown was announced, and after a couple of days people realized that you can't just do away with groceries, essentials, supplies, and therefore online activities were permitted, online deliveries were permitted, and in Hyderabad as well, all the regular online stores, they were permitted to deliver to their customers based on online orders. Now, while all this helped the consumers, the citizens to a large extent, we also noticed, typically in a city like Hyderabad, which of course this part is modern, but this is also an old city with more than 400 years of history. And typically in these kind of cities, you also see lots of stores which are small neighborhood stores. In Hyderabad, these are called Kirana stores. You also notice these Kirana stores who are there for decades altogether. And typically you develop some kind of a relationship with them. I mean, your father would have patronized that store, his father would have patronized that store, you would have patronized that store, and over decades of this kind of relationship, some kind of attachment, some kind of affinity builds in. Normally, many a times if you don't have immediately money available, they give it to you on credit, no questions are asked, and he becomes part of your extended family. So obviously when pandemic started, lockdown started, and regular e-commerce was permitted to operate, you really felt for these kind of fellows who don't have any online presence, they can't deliver. And obviously these are not large stores, so obviously these are not people of too much of means that they can allow their stores to remain closed for weeks altogether, months altogether. So we, with the help of a few partner organizations, tried something very unique, which today is recognized as one of the best practices across the country. So we decided to convert 1,000 Kirana stores into digital stores. And as I said, normally you don't assume Kirana store owners to be very tech savvy. Most of them are not majorly educated, and I mean they're kind of old-fashioned kind of people. So you don't anticipate them to do something very modern and very kind of tech-focused. But with the help of their association, and I was telling my colleague, there's a national association of such small traders, MSMEs, etc., which is called CAIT, Confederation of All India Traders. We were able to get thousands of them on board, and with the help of a technology provider, literally overnight, we were able to create web addresses for all these 1,000 stores, show to them how to store their inventory online, created a payment gateway, gave them some simple solutions on how do they calculate their inflows and outflows and stuff like that. And they just had to engage one or two delivery boys, and literally thousands of Kirana stores who would have lost big time due to the lockdown and the pandemic, they also became digital and they were able to kind of service their customers. So in a way, this also shows that when we talk about small MSME owners, small traders, etc., and we think that they are people in the 19th century, it is more of a mindset issue. Of course, it is a fact that they have not gone to a formal college, they may not have big degrees, they may not speak English, but their ability or inability to use technology is more in their minds than anything else. And if circumstances demand, you can't really push them to break that barrier and then get into whatever technology or whatever new stuff that you want to advocate before them. So in this context, I'm very happy that, as you can see that image, it's a simple calculator, but it has the potential of doing lots of this basic accounting, which a small trader, a small MSME company owner will require. And I was told also that from a pricing point of view, this is very, very competitive. But what really gladdens my heart is that everything that you see there in that image, in this image rather, is designed in India, manufactured in India, and this is very unusual for a hardware product. Most of the times, hardware products are manufactured in China, manufactured in Philippines, and though Indian companies brand it as theirs and circulate it here, but there's very little of designing and manufacturing which happens indigenously. So this is an exception, and the fact that it looks very kind of sleek and attractive, and obviously as when you get to see the real thing, you'll also appreciate that it is extremely user friendly. So the UX UI principles, looking at the kind of people who are going to use it, people, as I said, who don't have too much of degrees or formal education, it's very well designed for them, and happy that T-Hub startups are solving real-time, real world problems in a very focused kind of a way. So my congratulations once again. And I do hope that this kind of innovation mindset on how do you create hardware products also. While ideas of this kind right now are getting seeded in the T-Hub and other incubators and accelerators that we have in the city, but it's just a matter of a few, maybe a month or a couple of months. We don't see it from here, but T-Works is roughly in that direction somewhere, and that will be the place where it will provide lots of encouragement for people who are into hardware, who are dabbling into some kind of prototyping or making. That will be the place which one needs to go to, and once it is inaugurated formally, you will all see what kind of machinery, what kind of equipment is made available, and more importantly, more than the machinery and the equipment, the kind of guidance and support you will get from domain experts to prototype and test your designs, etc. that you have. So hopefully, while we are celebrating Tohands' product launch today, in the coming months or years, there will be literally dozens and dozens of such ideas which will be taking shape, and we will be able to solve many more real-world challenges that different stakeholders face. So once again, best wishes for a successful rollout in the market. We'll also be happy to assist you in getting connects with this association that I spoke about, Kate. Similarly, in all our industrial estates, we have predominantly MSMEs who have their own associations. We'll be happy to arrange for you to do this product demo before then, and spread a good word about it. Good wishes once again, and thanks very much for inviting me.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for the graduates. Truly, like Sir mentioned, he not just promises to support, he genuinely takes time to support. Clearly explains, taking the time out of busy schedule and being here. Thank you so much, sir. We hope this sets the spark for future innovation in the small and the medium business. Alright, up for the next segment, probably the most weighted part. A lot of hustle happened till this moment, right? You still see over here a lot of hustles happen. It's for the D-Day. We want to show a product. We want to show what we built up until this moment. The moment is here. We'll be setting up the stage where we will request the chief guest to unveil the product. So we have the three co-founders here. Praveen Mishra, who is the founder and the CEO. Satya, who is the Chief Technology Officer, and we have Shanmugu Gadive, who is the Chief Hardware Officer. So I would request Dr. Shanta, Mr. Srinivas Rao, and Jayesh Ranjan to join us on the stage to help unreveal the product and show what we have been building up until this moment. Join us with the loudest round of applause. Good excitement, folks. Come on. Probably the biggest moments of our life. This is what we hustled for. 10 months, sleepless nights, bunch of 20-year-old kids trying to make a difference. Thank you for this moment, sir. The D-Day is here, as you see it. Thank you, Srinivas, sir. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Jayesh Ranjan, sir. Shashima, please join us, the first angel investor. Give a round of applause, guys. Come on. True, absolute honor. Lot of hard work went into this. Like I've sir mentioned, made in India. It's just a term for you, but a lot of sweat and toil went ahead making this one. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is just the start, folks. Stay tuned. It's just the trailer. The main picture is still there yet. Thank you all. Check, check. We'll take a small snippet of the product that's shown over here. While you guys are sitting in the bar and taking a small sneak peek, we set up an experience zone out there. So right after this launch, we would recommend all of you to go over there, check it firsthand of what this Made in India product is all about. Here's a small snippet about the product. Well, that's just the look of the product. You get a feel of the product, like I mentioned. There's an experience center out there. I would recommend all of you to go and try it, get a feel of the product. We totally believe that this product can solve all the kirana stores hisab kitab ka problem. Well, you are privy to what the destination is here, right? But there is a 4-year journey that went behind this one. So I would like to call upon Praveen Mishra, the founder and the CEO, to walk us through the journey up until this point. Join your hands together to welcome Praveen Mishra. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, so sorry for the delay in the launch, but I'm really glad that you guys came for the event, and now I can see the hall is full, so extremely happy to see all the faces. I'm glad for the support that we got to build this product up to this point, because manufacturing or building a hardware product is the next level. So you build any product like mobile apps, services and everything, you can iterate very fast, but building a hardware requires you to take a lot of risks as well as make sure the product is good. Otherwise, there is no point in making it. It's very cost intensive. Okay. So one of the things that I want to tell the audience is basically how we started. So I come from a village in UP. My native is it's in Pratapgarh district of UP. I love to build this stuff. I want to really build something that a lot of people are using, and we can be very proud of. That's something we built it. So that's one thing we did. The hardware is I can be very proud. This is something we built it. Okay, from ground up. We came up with the idea. We built it. Not just that. It's not about me. We are a team. So my team is basically I handle the business and product side of things. Satyam handles the software and app, and Shanu handles the hardware side. Shanu is from Tamil Nadu. We are from UP, so it's extreme ends, and we are right now in Hyderabad building things. Okay. Yeah. So let me tell you how we came up with this problem. So what happens? I was building this app called Bye Bye Seller app, which has around 7,000 users right now. I used to go to the stores and onboard them on our app. My job was to basically list all the inventories that they have and all the products that they're selling online. So one thing I saw there's a store in Sarjapur. It's called a semi-provision store. There is a lady who, what she used to do is, whenever you buy something, she will calculate amount on a calculator like this. Then what they will do is, they write down on a paper. Okay? Then end of the day, they will again calculate the total amount on the paper. So the idea is very stupid and simple. Why not enable them to record this data inside the calculator itself? So what it is, we checked across all the calculators that are available in the market. We saw that there is no calculator that records the data. So I asked her, why not use the mobile app for the recording of the data? She was like, I have 100 customers per day. On average, the customers are coming at the same time because peak hours. 5 customers are sitting at our counter. I can't pick up my phone and open the app and type the amount and record this data. So they set up a billing machine. So you're like, billing machine costs 40,000 rupees and it's very complex to use. You need inventory management. I can't manage inventory on my own because I am a single person who's running a whole store. So I was like, okay, this is interesting. I looked at it multiple stores. I was like, so this very interesting question is why calculator? If you look at right now, you go to any store, any assembly, one thing that they have in consistency is they are using calculator. Either they are using a made in Philippines calculator of Casio or using a Citizen or made in China calculator. But everyone has a calculator because calculator is a very basic need. Everyone needs to calculate. So our idea is like how we can make it more advanced. So we came up with this idea like let's help them record the data as cash in and cash out. So what we did is we had together a prototype POC thing. What we did, we put a Raspberry Pi, we put a keypad, and we put a display, and it used to work actually. So we went to the same store and asked the lady, we gave her a pitch and asked her if they want to buy it. She was like, yeah, I want to buy it. So we showed them this paper prototype. This is what you're going to get if you place the order. They actually paid us. So they asked us how much to pay. We were like, 2,000 because the Raspberry cost, the chip that we use in this costs us 2,000. So we were like, pay us 2,000. And she was like, okay. So we actually got 7 pre-orders. We were hoping for 5 pre-orders. But we got 2 more. And we had no idea about how to build a hardware. At that point we were software guys like building apps and kind of stuff. So then we reached out to Shanmu, which we hired as a freelancer to work with us. And then he joined our team full time. After the first version, we built this POC. So basically this was an MVP for us. It used to enable them to do the calculation as well as record credit and debit. But not very user friendly because 3D printed, the buttons were not like the press was not there. This was not ready for replacing the Casio calculator. They were good to use it but not replacing the Casio calculator. At that point in time we got selected for Lab 32 program at T-Hub and we were like, now we are ready to go to the market. So Lab 32 with help of Surya sir, with the whole helping of team of the Lab 32 iOS, Kashyap, Krishna, as well as Prithvi and Raghavi. Everyone helped us with the GTM study. Basically, they helped us focus on one thing. Instead of doing, we are doing 3 apps and 1 service. We are generating revenue, but we are not focused. So we drilled down on one thing that we want to do, and we want to cover the market. That was the hardware. We wanted to build the hardware because with hardware we have IP. So the cash in and cash out button on a calculator is our patent. We have published patent on it. So we wanted to drill it down. We wanted to just go in hardware and sell as many units as possible. To do that, we needed resources. So luckily we got selected for a startup in a seed fund by T-Hub. T-Hub is our lead investor, and then we went for the production. So actually in 2 months from the funding, we are now here today. We are launching the product. It's a hardware product. It took 2 months. We moved very fast. We were telling you about all the things that we faced during the production process. I know T-Hub team knows everything, but yeah, it was crazy to build a hardware and good quality hardware. So that's where we are right now. We are with this unit. You can see. Key thing is how we design it. So if you look at the design, you will see it's not very different from the calculator. It's very intentional. So we follow a design philosophy called Maya. Maya is most advanced yet acceptable. So when we design something, we think about how the user is going to use it. So let's say we want to enable them to record a cash in and cash out. We can give them a tablet, or we can set up a computer system. They can do the same thing there. But are they going to use it regularly? So what we did is we took calculator, we took it as a base. It's like a innovative on a wheel. We took the calculator as a base. We kept all the buttons as similar to a calculator possible. We added two buttons on top of the calculator buttons because it makes the device more advanced. So from outside you are seeing just 2 new buttons, cash in and cash out. It's not that's not the whole thing. Okay. Inside what happens is, so once you press the cash in button, there is a memory, IC that we build that enables you to record the data. So this device works offline. So let's say the owner is not connected to Wi-Fi. This device will save up to 50 lakh transactions. Okay, so it will basically work offline for 2+ years. Okay, they can record all their sales and expenses. So the idea was like most of the stores we won't have Wi-Fi all the time, but they can get a hotspot in their mobile. So we put a memory card inside it. Once we do this, the device consumes a lot of power. So we put a rechargeable battery that is 24 mAh, which enables the user to use the device 36 hours on a continuous run. On an average, the user uses for 12 hours, so it will last 3+ days. Okay, so that is like the highest number of days that the unit can last. Plus, there is a Type-C charger, like a normal universal Type-C charger. The user can connect the device to and the data basically they can charge the device. Okay. On top of it, we are having an alphanumeric keyboard. The reason we are putting the alphanumeric keyboard is we don't want to limit the user to just the calculation and the reader part. We want to innovate on top of this device also. So one of the best feature about this is it's not like all of you guys receive, you have a smartphone, you receive a mobile update. Okay. The same functionality is in the calculator also. So you need not to replace the hardware. We can replace the firmware inside it and make it more advanced. So we are starting with the bookkeeping features. In future, we are going to add more and more functionality that make the calculator more useful for the end user. Okay. And for us, basically building this hardware, most important part is quality. Okay. We don't want to compromise the quality. We want to basically replace all these Casio calculator and the VD channel calculator available in the market. We want to be better than them. Okay. And that's what we're trying. So that's what we did is basically we figure out the vendors with the best quality that is possible, obviously in our budget, because we don't want to make the device like 10,000 or 20,000 rupees, we wanted to keep it affordable also. But we found the best vendor that is possible. We will use the best quality material that is possible. So for example, you can see that ABS material is very sturdy. If the device falls, it still can hold a lot. As well as you can see the build quality, which is coming very good, and the design of the product, which is great for the use case of the shopkeeper, because the device is a bit bigger. Because the shopkeeper wants a bigger button and he wants more use case. I know I don't want to bore you with the features and all, but yeah, we have to sell the product. We are a founder. Ultimately, I want to make sale. I don't want press and media kind of thing. I want to make a sale, and that's what we are doing right now. Okay, so basically, this is the hardware that we are launching. We are pricing it approx. The price is 540 rupees. With GST comes around 3,000 rupees, which is the most affordable price that you will get in the market, because a minimum POS billing machine will cost you 40,000 rupees. Okay, so we are pricing it 10x lower than a billing machine. On top of it, we are providing a lot of features that enables the shopkeepers to record all the transactions in single clip. So thank you so much for coming, and we are obviously going to release the we are starting to take the pre-orders. We will be releasing the units in next by October 25th in Diwali.
Hold up. That was the fastest train probably you've seen in the hub right now. But probably we understand the market rate. There is a hisab kitab ka problem with kirana store. Why calculator, dude?
So calculator is something very light. I told about all. Basically, calculator is a single device that is used across all the businesses, whether it's a pharmacy shop, kirana shop, hardware, whether it's like a electronics shop. Any shop will use a calculator. Okay, they might not use a smartphone, but they will definitely use a calculator. So calculator, like in India, there are more than 70 million calculators running right now.
Like the conviction, but there are established players out there, right? Casio is there. Everybody close their eyes. We don't use calculator. We rather use Casio. What's unique about our product? Walk us through the design.
So Casio, definitely they have a very good build quality, but look at last 20 years in innovation in Casio. There is no such innovation. Okay, they literally built only one thing, GST. Okay, and that GST also does not work very good by the way. Like it's good, but not that good. Okay? So we want to be more innovative. We know that currently the users don't have good options. They have either Casio or made in China. We want to be basically we want to be the first option, where we are going to replace the Casio by innovating more than them, and we want to be like in every store possible.
Interesting. So, by the way, that's off camera. We are saying they are also equally good. Just want to record it on camera. But having said that, that's the first part of the journey. When Praveen identified the problem, came up with the product design. Now the real part starts, right? How do you bring the idea to product? That's where the two hands come into play. The soft and the hard hands. I like to call out Satya, who is all about software, and Shantanu, who is all about hardware, to the stage. That's all, guys. Give a round of applause for the co-founders. How are you guys feeling? Shantanu, so he's the man behind the hardware. He figured out the entire supply chain, got the hardware, looks very timid, but a man of body full of brain. So, Shantanu, how do you feel, man? We just revealed the product, 10 months of toil. How do you feel about the product?
So, we feel that God has gifted us a gold bar in our hand. So, as a gold bar is a precious one to all. So, on this day, what we feel is like the entire our 10 months of work has been gifted us a gold bar for this calculator.
Seeing the product first time, I remember Chandu bring the product on T-4 days. Okay? On 22nd we got the product, and Chandu the person was staying in the manufacturer's facility for one whole day to make sure the product is ready. Then he gave me the bread, and I was very here. He showed me the bread, and I think the most happiest moment I will go like he built the bread with so much quality. I can tell you that if you see the bread, it's like good quality, sturdy bread. It's not like some just off the shelf kind of thing. It's a very good bread. It's custom built by Sandhu.
With Praveen explaining, you will realize, right? So he is the introvert of the team. He can't speak for himself. But, Shadgu, we are not making it sound easy, right? But tell us, what is the hard part about building a hardware?
So basically, I am an introvert. So for me, speaking in front of 50 plus people is more difficult than building a hardware. So it's like. Basically how we will build a hardware product. Like we will be writing everything in a pen and paper, and after that we will be designing what we have read. But practically, if you write what are the things you are writing in a pen and paper, it is entirely difficult to build in a real-time product. So we started out the entire features which is in market, and we neglected most of the features which is not most frequently used by the shopkeeper. So on top of it, we build a reliable as well more functionality product.
So basically, I am the person who wrote the feature list. Okay, I have a PRD written with like 50 plus features, and they were like, we can't do this, we can't do this, we can't do this, we can't do this. I was like, if I kuch to bana de. We were finally able to make the product but we focus on one use case and like kill that use case. Okay, so yeah, that's great.
Basically, what to say, he gave a budget of a bicycle, asked us to make a motorbike. That's all he asked. That's what he said.
We have climbed over there and we built the product.
That's how we build it actually. Building a hardware in the budget that we made it is next to impossible kind of thing.
Now there's a silent person out there in the corner who's the person who actually tied all the dots together. The software person. Right? We have the hardware ready, we have the design ready. Things needs to flow in, right? Things needs to happen. So Satya, what's up, man? What's your role in the company? Walk us through that.
First of all, thank you everyone for joining here. So building a hardware product, you all have heard, is very, very difficult. But putting a software on it and even on the embedded system is a really complete task. And it was just the first time I was doing it. So this calculator is having enough memory, but that much memory was not there. So I have to write my own firmware that will handle all the things which will consume less battery, less memory, and it is very efficient. And also after this, the data and the security part. So we are every time making sure that the user data is never lost, whether it's connected online or offline. And on the security part, the data is always encrypted in the device, on the go, to the internet, and within the server. So yeah, that's it.
So I don't want to break in between, but Satyam is the person who made sure that data, every single data point, whether it's like 1 rupee, 5 rupees, 10 rupees, or 50,000 rupees or something like that, is not lost. Okay. So if you record the data on the device, it will stay on the device, it will stay on our cloud, it will stay in the backup, but it will never be lost because of Satyam. Okay. So that's one thing he made sure.
That's totally true. Now I'm going to preempt a few questions the audience are, right? Like, who's going to be the ideal graph? Like, product is ready. You need to go start selling, no pressure for me, but who is going to be the ideal graph?
So for us, we are focusing on the very targeted audience of stores which have more than 50 transactions per day, and they do not have a billing machine. So if a store has a billing machine, they are not our target audience. But luckily for us, in India, 91% of the shopkeepers do not have a billing machine, and there are 30 million shopkeepers. So there is a 27 million audience that we can sell to, which is like a pretty huge market.
Absolutely. Now the next part is delivery kab doge? When is the delivery kab?
So we are setting the delivery on 25th of October. I know it's very hard timeline for us. You guys will be like 20 just 30 days, but for us it will be really hard. But we are going to deliver on 25th of October. We will be shipping the first 500 units. We are opening the pre-orders now, and we will be selling throughout the next 30 days.
One line. Can I have to say it in one line? आपके दिवाली की शाम हमारे नाम. Watch out for 25th of October, where the first set of products will hit the nearby stores. Thank you. Thank you all. Awesome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Well, we just saw the journey, right? Like we told about what went, how the core team came together and did it. There were a lot of invisible hands behind Tohands who actually made it happen. One of them, of course, Rashima. There are a lot of angel investors. but one key person who actually got things happening, who's a guide, guru, and mentor. Of course, Mr. Suresh Adika sir, I'd like to call you up on stage. Please, sir, give us a round of applause. Suresh sir has been very kind throughout the journey, helping us, mentoring us, right from this launch, and we figuring things out. Sir, it's a really honor to get mentored by you. So, just a couple of questions, sir. What is your experience mentoring such a young bunch of ducks, sir?
Interesting. Okay. I think the only person I interacted for a long time was Praveen. I think Satya and Shantu were behind the screens and they were doing their magic wherever they were sitting. I think you were in Chennai. No, you were in Chennai and you were somewhere else. So I never met these guys. I think you came on board much later, maybe 2 months ago or so. So first time I had a meeting with Praveen, I asked him a hell of a lot of questions. And he actually had no answers to any of them. But then I started thinking, okay, what is this young kid going to do? He has a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm, but is he really going to pull it off? But the way he responded to the questions was that he was convinced this is going to work. And I also started believing because his answers did not come from saying that I know this is going to happen. He said, he gave the response saying that I spoke to the shopkeepers and they want this and they need this. So in all of our programs, we talk about saying that getting the customer feedback. We generally talk about getting the customer feedback after the product is built or while it's being built. Here the good news was that he already knew the customers, he knew who they were, what they do. He knew exactly the different categories within the customers. How many 50 transactions, 100 transactions, what backgrounds do they come from, what languages they speak. Amazing data that he had. And the other thing was that the very first meeting, as I said, I asked a hell of a lot of questions, including risk management, what if it drops. And he did not defend himself saying that I know all the answers, but he made notes of it. I think there were 3 or 4 pages of notes that he wrote in the very first meeting. And the next meeting he came back with the answers, which is what I liked. I said, okay, this guy has some approach to me, saying that, okay, I don't know all the answers, but I will get the questions and I'll find the answers. So I think it's been an interesting journey. And the key thing was that whenever I said something, he was not debating with me. He was not trying to argue with me why he was right or why it need not be required. He was taking the notes, taking the feedback, going back with the questions and coming back with the responses in the next session. And that makes it easy because I'm not here to argue with people and then try to convince them that makes sense. Right? Based on whatever I know, I'm sharing my experiences. The other person also is willing to listen and come back with the answer. Sometimes we disagree, that's fine. Disagreement is part of any discussion. But I think the fact that he went back, did his homework, came back and was convinced that this is going to work, primarily by talking to the shopkeepers who are the main customers, that made a difference. And I think the other part that I really enjoyed was that it was not having grand illusion that I will build a $1 billion company or a unicorn. He was saying that I want to put this calculator in the hands of every shopkeeper. I think that's the most clearly defined vision, I must say, I've heard from the startup founder, saying that this is what I want to do. I'm going to money, you're doing the pricing strategy and all. I said, boss, this is not going to work for you, you need economics, you need to increase the price. He said, no, first I want to put this in everybody's hand, then we'll see about the profit, etc. I'll figure out some other ways to make the money. I think these 2 aspects made our interactions quite interesting, I would say, and also very easy to work with Praveen. Arvind joined about 2 months ago. I think I had 3-4 calls with you also on the call. I think he was always listening, he was just taking notes. What should I do, what should I do, what should I do? And that makes our life easier to suggest some ideas. I did not make any decisions on what they should do. I was suggesting and they would make decisions. So it has been a good experience for me overall. I wish you could continue for time.
Thank you, sir. Sir has been very humble kind. I think for mentor, giving the constructive feedback, more importantly giving his time. Sir has always been on there to help us out. Thank you so much, sir. Well, the journey is starting for us. Ravin came up with the idea. Now it's going to be a team of players. I have one question for you. What makes a team a dream team, sir? What is the feedback or advice that you want to give to us?
Okay, I see that question as 2 parts. What makes a team and which is different from what makes a dream team. Right, so I'll start with the dream team, right? Typically when they talk to founders, they say, My dream team is somebody who has 15 years experience selling, 15 years experience selling building a product, 15 years experience, running operations. Let me put a question back to you guys. What do you think is a dream team first? I'll put it to you, maybe Praveen, will you use it? Praveen, what is your
Praveen is really hiding behind the cameras. I think very simple, succinct communication, because we are the first hardware company that worked completely remote. So I think communication comes in. Praveen, you want to add some point to that?
What's your dream team?
So for me, it's not about getting. I want to hire people who are more passionate about the problem, the product, not just like they have technical skills, but they are more passionate. So in my team, like I have freelancers that came here from Delhi. They literally took a 24-hour train ride to come for this launch event because they love the product and what they build. Okay. I have people from Gujarat who build our firmware. They came for the event. I have your events in there. Mac, he's like here. He came from Delhi, Jaipur. He came from Jaipur to the event. So these are freelancers. They're not on a payroll. Okay. But they came for the event because they built something they can be really proud of. Okay. So for me, it's a team which builds something they can be really proud of. They're passionate about the thing, and it's fun to work with them. Okay. I love working with my team. Whenever I get to meet them and all my worries, all my tension are gone. Okay. I'm in my chill mode. Otherwise, I'm like very tense people.
Good. Okay. So I will share my thoughts on what makes a dream team. Right. To me, a dream team is somebody who either dreams along with you or believes in the dream that you have. Right? I think Praveen is very fortunate that he has his other who believes in his dream. I think that's an extremely strong starting point for a dream team. Now, I think all of you, I have not interacted with you very much, but at least the two of you I know. What I get the sense is that you believe that this dream is possible. Right? And I think that's where the rest of the capabilities in terms of building the product, selling the product, growing the business, members game, etc. capabilities can be built, which is, to me, in my mind, is the team. So the dream team is the one that starts at the top and says that we believe in the dream and we will work day and night to make the dream a reality. And then we can build in any other team with any capabilities that you want. In fact, I believe if the dream team is there, they themselves can build the capability. As I said, he's a software guy, but he figured out how to build a hardware product. I think once the dream is there, the passion is there to make the dream a reality, the team can be built. There are lots of people who can help you build the team, design the team, etc. But you are the guys who will carry the dream forward.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. We are not a dream team yet, but we definitely have a team. So I would request Praveen to introduce all our team members and bring them onto the stage. Guys, these are the people who behind the scenes, they don't get the spotlight, they work really hard. So put your hands together to invite our team. Praveen, go ahead.
So if you see our app, that is due to you, man. Come on the stage, please. He is the person who built the UI. If you see the hardware, the design is done by Aditya.
Aditya, come on stage.
He has written out a course. You can see the design that he done with it. We literally asked him. We literally asked him to drop a class to make our stickers. Okay. Yeah. Then we have Bhautik. Bhautik is for our firmware, so all the device inside the device for the embedded system. Bhautik made it single-handedly completely. If I'm missing somebody, please don't kill me.
Yeah, Mr. Co-founders, bro. Mr. Co-founders, Satyam and Chandru.
Satyam and Chandru, obviously, they will come in the package.
Thank you. I think with the blessings of everybody and with our Guru, I think we hit the first milestone of final products. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Also, not just for the team. Okay, I have people today are volunteering for us, like Karthik. So many volunteers as well as people from T-Hub team. Okay, they were really supportive. We were the person who pinged for everything. Like, I need this, I need that, I want to do this, and I genuinely want to thank T-Hub for all the support that they have provided. Without their support, we would not have built the hardware. We are super grateful for all the support from MSR sir, from the whole T-Hub team. Thank you so much, and all the community also. Like, I have friends here who can, like, they know the back, basically how things were in the back, and they have supported us, like, consoled us, and like, chill out, ho jayega. So that is very important for us. Okay?
Thank you guys. I don't want to extend the event long. I don't want to stay between you and lunch. So we'll be wrapping that event by giving a closing note speech by none other than Mr. Srinivas Rao, the person who believed in us, who gave us that initial seed fund to help us give this stage. Sir, we'll humbly request you to join on stage, give us a closing note speech. Give it up for the guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Krishna Madam, Praveen, Arvind, Shanmugh, Satya. This is fabulous. What you guys have been able to do in such a short span is fabulous. As you were talking, so first of all, I think when you think about this will become a textbook case. So you found the problem, thought of an innovative solution, and you actually built it. You got customers. So as I was thinking, I was reading somewhere a couple of days ago that Kirana is the next big opportunity. Right? There are, you said 30 million. I had read the report which said 12 to 20 million. Yeah, and about close to 90% of all FMCG sales happen through Kirana stores. Right? So being able to build a solution at about 6 to 7% of what a normal POS machine and giving as much functionality is fabulous. Great design. The story of how you built it along with a community of freelancers, etc. is, I think it will become a textbook case. Right? And I think last but not least, when you think about when somebody is running a business, Praveen, this is something which maybe you want to use and you can modify it. 2-3 things which I thought would be useful for you to think about. One is think about language support, right? Because a lot of India is not necessarily English. Think about voice support if you can, right? And use this line which we have used before, which for every business, right? Revenue is vanity, profit is sanity, and cash flow is reality. And the problem you are solving, right, will help a lot of businesses manage their cash flows better. So all the best, and look forward to supporting you guys a little more. And please ask DNR to help you with cake, which he will, I'm sure. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. So we are officially out of health mode. So the lunch is served out there. Before that, I definitely request all of you to check their experience center.
Just wanted to play the Objectify video. It's a really good video I want to play. Just.
Anu.